Chapter 5, India's Heritage of Science and Technology. Science means systematic knowledge, whereas technology means the practical utility of systematic knowledge. The scientific research and technology have brought the countries of the world closer to one another. The great sages of our ancient India has gifted invaluable heritage of science to the world. They have made outstanding contribution in all the fields. It is a matter of a pride for us being an Indian. Modern age research have proved that India has scientific attitude along with religious outlook. Metallurgy. Since ancient ages, the people of India use metallurgy in their practical life. A metallic idol of a female dancer discovered from Indus Valley civilization is an exemplary achievement of ancient India. Later, statue of Buddha belonging to the Kushan period has been found at Takshashila. South India, during the Chola period, numerous metal idols were made. The statue of Nataraj, a masterpiece in sculpture, is famous all over the world. It is preserved in the Museum of Chennai. Another well-known metal idol, Ram the Archer, can be seen in the museum. Artistic statue of goddesses, birds and animals, betel nut cutter. In Hindi we say supari, which is being cut by a scissor type structure. This is considered to be the best example of metallic art. All of them have important place in the history of India. Let us see to the progress achieved in the ancient India in the field of chemistry. Nalanda University had its own school of chemistry and furnace for study and research. Nagarjuna was the Acharya of chemistry at this university. Nagarjuna has written Rasaratnakar and Arogya Manjari. He had advocated the use of allopathy with herbal medicines. He had pioneered the use of mercury ash as a medicine. The description of main rasa, uparasa, 10 types of poisonous, as well as various types of salts and ash of minerals is seen in the chemistry. The Buddha statue, which is discovered from Sultanganj in Bhagalpur district of Bihar, is 7.5 feet high and weighs 1 ton. The statue of Buddha at Nalanda is 18 feet high. Then we have an example of Vijay's thumb, the 24 feet high iron pillar, which weighs 7 tons, which was built by Chandragupta II. In spite of nature's fury over centuries, the pillar has not yet corroded. This is the best example of alchemical lore of India. Let us see to the account of the achievements in medical science and surgery in ancient India. We know from the ancient period, Maharishi Charak, Maharishi Sushruta and Vagbhat, they have pioneered in the Indian medicines of science and surgery. Maharishi Charak has written a book, Charak Samhita, in which he has mentioned over 2000 medicinal herbs. Maharishi Sushruta has mentioned instruments used in surgery. These instruments were so sharp that they could split a single vertical hair in 2 divisions. Vagbhat has written a book, Vagbhata Samhita. This is a very important work. Study of Charak Samhita, Sushruta Samhita and Vagbhat Samhita is very useful for every doctor. Hindu herbal science of ancient time is enriched with huge collection of minerals and medicines from plants and animals. It has also presented the complicated process of making medicines, their classification and their usage. They could even stop blood circulation with bowl-shaped bandage. They could skillfully operate on abdomen, kidney, cataract, hernia, stone, piles and bladders, etc. They could even join the broken or displaced bones and extract the things pierced into the body easily and skillfully, recognize symptoms and diagnose the disease. They also gave dietary directions after post-recovery of disease. They had the knowledge of plastic surgery as well as joining nose and ears. They used to teach the students the method of surgery by doing the surgery on the dead body or on the wax statue. They conducted risky operations during delivery. They were expert gynecologists and pediatricians. Veterinary science also developed. Veterinary is for the animals. They wrote books on diseases related to the horse, that is Ashwa, and elephant, Hasti. Among them, Hasti Ayurveda, Shalihotra, and Ashwashastra was famous. Vagbhata, the scholar, the science writer of medicine, made valuable contribution through his work Ashtang Hriday in the field of diagnosis. Notable achievements in the field of mathematics by ancient India. A number of epoch-making discoveries in the field of mathematics were made in ancient India. Decimal system of weighting and measuring was in existence in the Indus Valley civilization. This was confirmed by the instruments of weighting and measuring discovered at Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Aryabhatta discovered the figure 0. The process of writing figure 0 after a numerical was discovered by the sage Gritsamar. Aryabhatta introduced Ashtang method for multiplication, addition, subtraction and for finding square roots and cube roots. He had written Dash Gitika and Aryabhattam. He found the solution to the problem of fundamental mathematics, that is, arithmetic and geometry. He propounded that the value of pi is 22 upon 7, that is 3.14, and it remains constant to show the ratio of the circumferences and the diameter of a circle. So he is regarded as the father of mathematics. The names of numbers made up by placing 53 0 after 1 were discovered in ancient India. Bhaskaracharya had written Lilavati Ganit and Bijganit. He discovered the sign plus and minus for addition and subtraction. Brahmagupta introduced various types of equations. Bodhyayan discovered theorems. Apstamba defined the measurement of Yagnavedis in Shulva Sutras, that was in 1800 BC. Aryabhatta had described main principles of astronomy in short in his book named Arya Siddhanta. He found the solution of fundamentals of mathematics, that is, arithmetic and geometry. Modern mathematics is rooted in these discoveries made by the mathematician in ancient India. Many books were written on various science in the ancient India. You can see the name of the books based on science and their authors. The contribution of ancient India in the science of astronomy and astrology. A systematic study and research of astronomy was undertaken in ancient universities in India. Many treatises were written on astronomy by the ancient Indian scientists astronomers. These astronomers studied the planets and their movements, constellations and the other celestial bodies and developed astronomical principles based on their calculations. Mathematician Aryabhatta discovered the main principles of astronomy in his book Arya Siddhanta. He declared that the earth rotates on its own axis and that the shadow of the earth on the moon was the reason for the lunar eclipse. Owing to his contribution in astronomy, India's first satellite was named Aryabhatta. Brahmagupta propounded the law of gravitation in his book Brahma Siddhanta. Varamihir was the great astronomer as well as astrologer. He wrote Panch Siddhantika and provided basic information on astronomy and astrology. He stated the effects of movements of planets on human beings in Brihat Samhita. He had divided astrology into 3 sections: Tantra, Hora and Samhita. His Granth named Brihat Samhita, as we said before, that is to give information regarding the effects of planets on man's future, and it also gave information regarding the effects on the person's character, various classes of animals, the time of marriage. It also used to find where the ponds and wells can be so that we can get water, best place for garden and good omen for sowing. These things can be found out from the Brihat Samhita. We should feel pride that our ancestors were experts in the various sciences. Vastu Shastra. Brahma, Narad, Brahaspati, Bhrugung, Vashishta and Vishwakarma are the pioneer of Vastu Shastra. Their contribution of Vastu Shastra is unique. Vishwakarma was the first architect of the gods. He divided Vastu Shastra in 8 sections. These included information regarding selection of place, shapes, structures, proper planning for the place of dwelling, palace, temple, ashwashala, forts, armor and town planning. The description of Vastu Shastra is mentioned in Brihat Samhita. Rana Kumbha of Mewar revived this science in the 15th century. As the time passes by, changes are taking place regarding the principles and understandings of Vastu Shastra. Now it is being adopted by the foreigners. Ancient Indian knowledge of science has been accepted by the world. Indian culture is very vast and heterogeneous. It is a blending of science and religion, traditional ideas and practical knowledge, which is rarely seen in the other countries of the world. Tolerance and equality towards all religion is seen in our culture. In spite of having diversity in religion, lifestyle, and values, we see unity in our country. So we should not forget that Indian culture reflects the unique feature of unity in diversity.